So here we are, part 2.
Part 2, new paradigm relationships. What is a new paradigm relationship to you, Tamar?
Something that's out of the box, non-conventional, and new, and what we're not conditioned with. The image that we didn't grow up with.
In our fairy tales, in
our fairy
movies,
tales, in
our
Disney,
experiences,
every book or film out there, basically.
And why would somebody want to do new paradigms? But it's so nice. The fairy tales, the romantic, the love, the falling in love, the story of the two that live happily ever after. Why? Forever and ever.
Well, first of all, ask yourself the questions: how many couples do you know that live happily ever after, ongoing for, like,
in the conventional way?
Yeah. Sure, there are beautiful monogamous relationships out there. Absolutely. And often I see trouble on the road. There's desires that are suppressed, and that tend to come out in different ways, and that's always in the shadow, and somebody gets really hurt. Often both in the relationship get really hurt. Yeah. So.
Yeah, so new paradigm relationships to me are about really seeing what's possible in the next level of our evolution as humans. It's this place where it hasn't really been done that much, although it has. When you look back to tribes and you actually study tribes, there's a lot of interconnectedness around tribes, of men having different lovers, of women having, more so than men. We're bringing it back with the feminine, but people sharing community experiences, raising children, sexuality, etc. And so this new paradigm is about kind of bringing back some of this tribal interconnectedness type of resourcing, love, pleasure, parenting, etc., and bringing it back to the mainstream way that we live and see ourselves inside relationships. And some of the benefits that I feel with new paradigm relationships is really around allowing yourself to fully be seen, allowing all parts of you to be brought to the surface and say, hey, in an ideal world, here's what I like, here's what I love, here's what I would like to experience, here's how I see the potential of it could be structured. And I'm curious how that resonates for you, and if that feels like something you're inspired by, or maybe triggered by, or maybe curious about. Instead of kind of creating this projection that this one person, this is another benefit, you can create life and your relationship structure the way that you want to design it. Instead of having one person fulfill all of your needs, your physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, sexual, that's a lot of fucking pressure.
It is.
It's a lot of pressure. And as much as we would like to think it lives happily ever after, and as soon as you get involved with someone, there's all these hormones and these chemicals that are making you feel really good, and you guys are being your best selves, the truth is that life comes in and it roughs you up a little bit, and it doesn't usually end the way that it began. And so I feel like with new paradigm relationships, we get to consciously recondition the way that we've been taught to believe love is supposed to look like, and come from a more well-grounded place.
Yeah. And it opens up so many possibilities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's just give a quick example of our situation for the audience that might not know. Do you want to share our situation?
Yeah, so we are in, by now, a committed but open relationship where we share our life and some of our work while we still date with other people.
Yeah.
And we've been calling in a beautiful...
One or more,
yeah. Yeah, we joke about having 3 on demand.
and when we say that, it's like, we believe, I think I can speak for you as well, that sexuality is truly the life force that moves through us, that it's actually it's one of the best biohacks there is when you combine it with intention and consciousness and energy.
And real intimacy.
Yeah. So we have been talking about, why don't we have multiple male lovers who get to come into our field, and we get to enjoy relationships with them in different ways.
Yeah.
Enjoy different dates. She's not always dependent on me. I'm not always dependent on her. We're not always dependent on the man or a man.
Yeah.
One of them's busy. There's another one that can come hang out. One of them might really like to surf and do water sports, and the other one might really like to read and play music or whatever. You know, there's all these different ways in which we can flow and connect.
Yeah, and all of these things are the source of life energy, right? Of creativity, where creation comes from. And the second we start seeing relating like that, it becomes so much deeper and richer and
more expensive.
And more expensive, and it changes people's life.
Yeah.
Like that's my experience, and without sounding cocky, it is beautiful to see somebody transform when they meet sexuality in such a deep, profound way.
Yeah.
Where there is realness and rawness and real true connection and eye gazing and long slow touch and hours of lovemaking. It does something to the system.
Yeah.
It's the beginning of a transformational process. That can go beyond limits.
And we've seen this, like, it's such a gift.
It is.
Because we've seen this not only with our clients, but if we connect with a lover, we see this. It's like, you will never connect with another woman the same way. You won't. And I believe that this is a big reason why we do what we do.
100%.
Is we embody this truth. We see the transformation that it has on our lives, on the lovers' lives that we connect with, the partnerships that we create.
Yeah.
And we cannot not share this. We cannot not explain and give the transmission.
Yeah, and also so past lovers stay. For example, Adam is still in our lives.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not physically here, but we do connect.
Deeply here.
We deeply love him, and if time and space opens up, you know, inshallah, then so
she got lost in her little fantasy world.
True.
But anyways, this is just one little kind of quick download on New Paradigm Relationships and how to get more of the types of relationships that you want. We have a lot more on this topic, and we would love to hear our questions from you. So if you have questions, if you have curiosities, insights, comments, leave them below. Like, subscribe. Be sure to join us on the next video.
Thank you.
Ciao.